This opening would work a lot better if I just had old makeup. Hey everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be talking about The Flash, Season 2, Episode 19, Back to Normal. And what can I say, guys? That was a lame opening, but yeah, maybe I should stop doing openings for these reviews. No, I enjoy them sometimes, but today I just didn't have a good one to share. And let's get into this episode. What did I think of it? So first of all, we got Harrison Wells, and he's captured by this metahuman named Griffin Grey or something. And he's a guy that's like getting older. He's actually an 18-year-old, I think. They said he was 18. And he's getting older by the hour, you know? He's getting older and older. And this kind of reminded me of a Smallville episode, which kind of had a similar situation. It was a little baby that kept growing older and older. Except in Smallville, the baby didn't turn evil. Actually, Lana and Clark raised him until he got old and died. And it was actually a more sadder story. This one, the kid was evil, or not evil, but he was bad, and I guess the accelerator must have affected his brain, I guess, to make him go insane and want to hurt people. And so this was I'm gonna just say it, I didn't care too much for the storyline. I actually thought it was dumb and boring, and not boring, but I just didn't care much for it. I thought it was a lame ass villain, and it was just your typical freak of the week. What can you say? I did like that we got to find Jessie again, although thinking about Jessie a little bit and why she ran away now doesn't really make sense for me. So she just ran away only to come back now. I thought that would have been, a bigger reason for her to have left. But I'm glad her and Harrison Wells talked things out. I guess that was pretty nice. Some of the things that I really liked about the episode was actually some of the scenes regarding Wally, how he felt grateful after being saved in the last episode, and now wants to thank the Flash and tell the Flash, look, you inspired me, and now I want to make sure that since you saved me, I'm not going to take that for granted. I actually liked a lot of those scenes with Wally, the discussion with Joe, although I'm surprised Joe just admitted, I know the Flash. Why couldn't Joe just lie and say, oh yeah, but the Flash knows me, but I don't know who he is. He actually admitted that he knows who's under the mask. And I'm like thinking he didn't have to admit that, but whatever, I'll let that slide. Some other really good things was the Earth 2 stuff that was going on with Caitlin and Killer Frost. I loved seeing that interaction with Caitlin and her doppelganger on Earth 2. I thought that was some really good... I was going to say cool, but then I thought that would be no pun intended. But no, seriously, I liked the interaction between those two and the talks they were having, especially when they were talking about how similar their mothers were on both Earths. And then Killer Frost brought up that she had a brother. I think his name was Charlie. And Caitlin said she never had a brother on her Earth. And Killer Frost kind of brought up the question, or didn't you, maybe she kind of raised an awareness that maybe there is a possibility that Caitlin did have a brother. And could that play out sometime in Season 3 moving forward? That would be interesting if we find out that Caitlin has a brother. What is he on Earth 2? Who the heck knows? Maybe she doesn't have a brother on Earth, or on her Earth, Earth 1. Sorry, I'm mixing up my Earths, guys. But yeah, that would be interesting if they do decide to pick that up, because now it's thrown out there like, hey, it's possible you don't know what your mother was up to since she was a bitch just like she was here. You don't know what she did on that Earth. Maybe she hid him from you. You don't know. Also, I gotta point out how creepy was Zoom in this episode, especially at the very end. He's getting like into stalker-ish territory. It is very creepy, and now it looks like instead of, letting people live, he's going to go all out and just kill all the way. And I'm like, oh crap, things are about to get heated up, and we know that there's 4 more episodes left of the season. This was episode 19, and it's going to get crazy. I can't wait to see what Zoom is going to do in these next 4 episodes. Of course, Barry still doesn't have his powers back. That's the big thing that's going on here. And I gotta say, I thought he would have gotten it back by the end of this episode, but it looks like, no, he's still powerless by the end of it. And so that was unexpected. And I did like seeing Barry not have to use his powers in this episode. I thought it was a very different change of pace. And not what I was expecting. So I like that they get me off guard once in a while, but it looks like in the next episode he'll probably get his powers back, because it looks like Harrison Wells has decided, you know what, I'm gonna help you get your powers back. So that's good to know. And of course he's going to need it now that Zoom is on his way to kill people. It's going to be an interesting moving forward to the finale. I think this episode was actually not what I was hoping for. It wasn't a terrible episode, but it wasn't a great episode either. If I had to rate it, maybe about 7 out of 10. I thought it was okay, an okay episode. But other than that, guys, I'm going to end it here because that's all I got to really say about it. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I talk about every episode of The Flash. This episode, unfortunately, wasn't the best one, but it wasn't the worst. Maybe it was the worst. I don't know. I can't really think of what was the worst episode of The Flash. There had to be an episode or two, right, that was worse than this one? Maybe this is the worst episode of The Flash for me. I don't know. I have to think about it a little bit more, but comment below. Tell me what you guys think. Did you enjoy this episode, or are you on my page where you thought, it was okay? And like this video if you agree with me. Don't dislike it, because who cares about that one? And follow me on Twitter, Facebook. And until next time, take care.